guys, welcome back. My name is Erica and this is Stitchy Pieces, where we talk about everything stitchy. A lot of cross stitch, but also some sewing as well. You can see I have a large fabric collection and I love just fiber art, stitching, sewing, crocheting. I love it all. So if you like that stuff too, then I hope you'll subscribe and stick around and join me as I share what I've been working on the last couple weeks. It's been about 3 weeks since I made my last video, and I actually have quite a few whips for you. If you've been around for a while, you know that I kind of just pick up what I want when I want, and I may do 3 things in one evening. Usually I have about 2 hours to stitch after my kids go to bed. So I have quite a few projects because I kind of just pick it up, do a little bit, and move on to the next one. So I have a lot to show you today. I also did some sewing in the last few weeks. My new sweatshirt. It's like a color blocked sweatshirt that has a hidden pocket, and it has the, what do you call them? You know, thumb cuffs. So, and it's got a hood. Anyway, it's super cozy. I made it out of fleece, and I really like this pattern. This is a, is it Styla Patterns? It's a free sweatshirt pattern. So if you like to sew Styla Patterns, this is a free one, and it's a great one. I really like it. So I did that. I also, in the last few weeks, made my sons, I have 2 boys, and my husband, all 3 matching pullovers, and those turned out really well. They really like that. And I'm in the middle of making a dress right now. So I really like this navy blue floral fabric, and I gave it some flutter sleeves. It has 2 more layers to go of like a gathered ruffle bottom, so it'll be like a midi length dress. So I'm working on that. I've injured my wrist somehow, so that's slowing me down in a lot of things. I don't know, I was cross stitching the other night and I realized it hurt, and so I don't know if it's just the repetitive motion of cross stitching is starting to get to me. And then I also did a bunch of shoveling, moving dirt into the garden yesterday, which seems to have aggravated it worse. So I'm a little bit slower in my cross stitching and sewing than I want to be. And as we get closer into spring and summer and I'm outside doing the garden more, I'll probably have less of this stuff to share. But for now, that's been fun and I've been working on that. Another thing I was going to show you is, this was a finished embroidery piece that I had done a while ago, but I turned it into a bag, and I just had this little idea in my head. This is not perfect. It's all wrinkled because I didn't know if it would work. But I had this idea to use, they have iron-on vinyl, so you can turn like any fabric into vinyl. And I was like, well, maybe I can do that with a finished cross stitch, but I didn't want to use one of my, like, you know, good patterns I like, and so I had this piece laying around. It's kind of see-through because this is my first tested embroidery, so it's not perfect, but I just wanted to see if it would work, and sure enough, it worked. So this embroidery is pretty thick, and you can see there's like French knots all around. So like I said, this was really thin fabric, so you can see the lines from the thread running under it, but it was just an experiment to see how it worked, and I actually really like it. So you can see it has a shine. So this is now a faux leather, all like vinyl bag, and I just think it worked out really well. I didn't line it because it was just an experiment, so this one is not lined. Like I said, I just wanted to sew it together quick and just see how that worked, and I think I like it. So I think if I have some small cross stitch patterns that I don't know what to do with, I probably will just turn them into bags. So that's pretty fun, and then I just added some ruffle for fun. So it was just an experiment. I'll probably make a bigger one to put projects in, but I think it worked out pretty well. So I did that. I also have a new bag to share. Don't mind my wrist. I'm hot, so I'm going to roll my sleeve up, and my wrist has stuff on it because it's injured. This is the new bag that I made. I had multiple new bags, and I put them up in my shop, and they have sold, so I don't have any other ones to show you except for this one. But this one's fun because look at that cool, like, colorful zipper. I thought that was fun to go with the pretty butterflies. And if you haven't seen before, these are my deluxe bags. They have a pocket in the front and the main, like, part of the bag. So, and they're pretty good size. I've had a lot of good reviews on them. People seem to really like them. I like them. They hold up pretty well with their shape because there's the full leather on the back. And yeah, I also have a listing I put in my shop because I've had some people want custom bags. And so I now have a listing in my shop. If you're interested in this style of bag, but you want like to either send me your own fabric or you want a fabric that you don't see listed that I've done before, I probably still have some. I have a custom listing in my shop now too. So if you're in the market for a bag, you can message me there. And yeah, but this one is in my shop starting today, unless it's sold out by the time you see this video. Alright, so that's all the like random stuff I've been working on. And now let's get into the cross stitch stuff. Last month for WIPGO, let's see if I can find it. I have a mess here. Last month for WIPGO, I had 2 numbers called, and I can't find it. Oh, there it is. 2 numbers. One of them was a finish, and I showed you that last time. It was a Mill Hill kit. And the other one was part of my hometown holidays by Little House Needleworks. I'm doing multiple of them. This is the one I'm currently on. It is Main Street Station. So it's got the train. So I had to spend 5 days on this. And part of my time was spent fixing something I screwed up. And the rest of the time was spent doing this. So I had it started before, and I haven't gotten very far for being 5 days. I should probably be done. However, I didn't spend the whole, like, my whole stitching time on it. I just kind of picked it up and, like, would do a thread here and there. So I should have spent more time, but whatever. My rules, and I didn't feel like doing a ton of that. So that's where I am right now on that one. And I'm trying to go fairly quickly here because my kids are with my husband at the moment, and they're going to be back soon. So I'm going to try to go fast. So that was my second call for January. So for February, now I have 2 more calls. We have one of mine for WIPGO is a full coverage, so I need to spend 5 days on a full coverage. And the other one is I got another finish. So 2 finishes I have to do in a row. Hopefully I'll get this one finished. I think it's really cute, and I'm excited to work on it. My wrist is slowing me down, though, so that's really annoying. But this one is Star Spangled Street by Primrose Cottage Stitches. I guess it's good that I got 2 finishes in a row, like in January and February, because as the spring and summer goes on, you know, I don't stitch as much. So I guess it's better to get some finishes under my belt in the beginning. So anyway, Star Spangled Street by Primrose Cottage Stitches. And I think this one calls for a lot of like fancy ones, and I have probably about half of the fancy colors, and the rest I subbed with the MC. And it's on Mushroom Lugana. I think mine's 28 count, Mushroom Lugana. Sorry, you're going to be able to see through it a little bit, but that's just the way it is. The other side of the room where I usually film, my kids have Legos all over the floor. So I'm over here at the moment. So I was working over here on the tree last night and the roof, so I need to finish up that roof and put the other colors on the tree. And then I think I'm pretty much done with that side, and then there's what's left on the other side. Two houses left on that other side. I have to do the white house and this like blue house, and then one more tree. So we'll see if I get it done. If I'm gonna try to get that done, and we'll see. So that is one of my main things I'm going to try to work on in February. And then I haven't really focused on any full coverage piece yet. I mean, today's only February 3rd. And I've been working on full coverage, but I just do like one and then another one. So I haven't focused 5 days on one, so I'll figure that out. The other thing I worked on that I haven't pulled out for a little while, I just really love the colors of this one. This is a Luca S, the Birds Summer. I just love this one. So I did work on this one. Let's see. I'm going to hold this paper up behind it, see if that helps. I think it's so pretty and like delicate, and I really like it. So I had about this, and I have filled in all of this. I spent a couple nights on it because those branches are all back stitching, and this bird has a lot of color changes. I don't know if you can tell. It's so pretty, but there's, you know, like 6 or 7 stitches of one color, and then I'd have to switch to a new color. So this was a couple nights work, but I love it. So got the top of that bird done now, and I'm gonna just kind of work my way down. I love the colors of this one. I could not pass this chart up when I saw it. It was in my cart for a couple days, and I just kept thinking about it. So I really love that one. So that one will probably come out again soon for spring. I believe I'm a horrible floss tuber because I forget what I've shown you and like if I've worked any more on it or not. I think I worked on this one a little bit more since I've shown you, but maybe I haven't. I'm just going to show you anyways. I believe I've done a little bit more than last time I showed you. I start to forget after a couple weeks what I've worked on. So anyways, this is Artisty Cross Stitch Noah's Ark by Abraham Hunter. Anybody who's followed me knows I absolutely love Abraham Hunter. He's probably my favorite. I like him and Chuck Pineson. So there's that one. Just love all the animals, and I love how more animals start popping up. I have a couple threads on here, and it's wrinkly, but it is what it is. I really need a board to hang. I always say that, and then I never do it. I never remember, but there's that one. So I did some stuff down here, and this is actually like the back of a tiger that's starting to come up, and there's like a tiger drinking from water down here, so his back's starting to pop up, and then I got a little bit further on the arc. So started in the middle on that one, and it's just fun to kind of see the animals come up. Now this one this is 20 count, and I'm doing tent stitch, and I think I'm doing only 2 over 1, so like in the dark spots you can see that it's not super fully covered, and it's like in the dark spots it's slightly annoying. However, you can totally still see what it is, and I think when it's all done and up it won't really matter. And so I much prefer doing tent stitch on full coverage because it's faster. So, and I don't like, if I do 4 strands it's too thick. 3 strands would probably be perfect, but I like to do the loop start, and so I'm just going with 2 strands. I will not be one of those perfectionist stitchers that has to have it like perfectly covered. And I mean, I know people do some beautiful things, and I'm just more of a, this is fun, I'm going to do it for fun, it looks good enough. I'm a good enough stitcher because it's just my hobby for fun. So when I do stuff for me, that's just for fun. Good enough it is. So I think it's beautiful. I like it. Does good enough coverage for me. So that's that one. I worked a little bit on this pattern. This one I really struggle with. I love this pattern, and I wanted it for a long time, and I finally found it, but I do struggle with it a little bit because I'm just going to show you a quick clip. Like, there's just like one color here, 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 and I like Pattern Keeper for the full coverage because it's so easy. This one is just like, I think it's because I'm in the middle, which I'll show you. I'm in the middle, which is a tree. I think when I get out of that, it's better. But I started in the middle, so all it looks like is a blob, so I'm not getting that satisfaction of like, this looks like something, and then it's kind of all over the place, and the pattern was hard for me to read. I've since blown up the pattern, like, I figured out on my printer how to blow it up, and that is helping. But this one is, I better get out of here so you don't see the thing. This one is lavender and lace, what is it? I think it's called Oh Christmas Tree. So there's multiple people working on this one, and I've seen it finished, and it's so pretty, and so I just really love it. But see, I'm in this tree, I started in the middle, and I'm just in blobs of different shades of green, and so it's kind of all over the place. And been hard for me to want to stitch on it, actually focus on it. However, it is really pretty, and I've added a little bit of the gold shimmer, so that made it a little bit more fun, of the balls, the like baubles ornaments. So some of those they're in like a, I think it said Kranich or something, but I have it just like a DMC gold. I honestly don't know which way is which. It's just a blob. I think it's this way. So I've spent a ridiculous amount of time on this little blob. More than you would think I should have spent on there. But see, it's just like brown scattered through, and then there's like 4 different shades of green or something scattered in there. And I'm sure it's going to be beautiful. I know it will be beautiful because I've seen it. I just have to get the motivation to want to sit there and do blobs of random colors, and so far I can't do that for too long without getting bored. So, but I did work on that one, and I really want it done one day. It'll be more fun when I get to the kids and her dress and stuff. But okay, next one. I am a couple days behind on this one. This is my weather chart that I started. It's by Jardin. I never know how to pronounce her name. Jardin Privé, I think, or Jordan Privé. That's what it looks like. It's a free pattern on her website. This one was from 2022, but I just changed it to 2024. So you fill in 1 petal for the weather for the day. So if it was like 70 degrees, I'd fill it in whatever color I have set aside for 70, or if it was 50, so each color petal is different, and 1 flower is 1 week. So I'm a few days behind, so yeah, I have like 2 or 3 petals I need to fill in, but that's how that's coming along. I need to work, sorry, my allergies, my throat's all dry. I need to work on more of these little images throughout. There's a few of them, so as I go, like here's the top 2 rows. As I go to the rows, I'll kind of work on those, but I need to work on that bird one a little bit more. I got some of him done. He's got a little back stitching and stuff. But yeah, we had an unusually warm couple of days, so those are a couple warm days we have. It's kind of fun to see the colors show up as we go, and this is my first full year in our new house, so it'll be fun to see fully the weather here. So that one I need to work on probably tonight. I need to update the last couple days. And whew, this fleece sweatshirt I made is roasty up here right now. Okay, the next one I worked on, I just pulled this out. I've worked on it for 2 nights, but it's been while my wrist is hurting, so I haven't gotten a ton done. But I've been having fun working on it. Where is it? I put it on one of my scroll frames, and it's the Dimensions Balloon Glow, and I started in the middle. So I started around here, and I'm headed this way. So I'm starting now, like, I've got the part of the roof of this house going and some of the trees around it. Not very far, just like I said. Only been working on it a little bit. So there's a balloon starting up here and trees in the background, and now I'm getting into the house. But it's definitely a lot easier now that I have this and my stand that I have. I like working on dimensions a lot more now that I have that. And I have this little clip, and so I just put the pattern right here, and I can just kind of look as I go. So this has been really helpful in making me more motivated to work on the paper dimensions, paper patterns. I really like Pattern Keeper because it's so easy. So finding something that makes the paper patterns go a little faster has been good too. This is another dimensions one that I worked on. This one is one that my boys got me for Christmas. And I've worked on it here and there. Whew. I know this is like a really popular one. Tons of people have done it. I really like it. I love blue. I love winter scenes. I can't get the glare off, so sorry. There we go. So I've just started, where did I start? Down here. I'm just like in this corner. So again, it's kind of just looks like blobby blues. That's alright. There was some shimmer in this one. So that's the first time I've done that. I think maybe I might have shown you this part before, but this white is like white and then you overlap it with the filament, shimmery filament stuff. That's the first time I've done overlapping like that. So, but that's fun. I'm getting up into, there's like a rock up here. So not too much, but worked on that one also. Like I said, there's not huge progress on anything because I just like to bounce around between things. Another one that I worked on, and I don't know how much I've done since I showed you this. This one I might have showed you the last of it, but we'll see. Heaven and Earth, The Pleasures of Winter by Terry Redlin. I really like his artwork too. I just really love the lighting in his work. Now I know there was a dimensions kit like this, but I couldn't ever find it, and I saw this and thought, well, this is perfect because there's there's no back stitch, and it's on Pattern Keeper, and so I'll just do that. But it's huge, but I'm liking it. However, I did this on 18 count because I did not have, I'm like losing my voice. I did not have fabric, and I didn't want to buy more fabric because I can't just keep buying things like I keep doing. So I use 18 count that I have, and because of that, like I already had, I used that CXC thread because it was cheaper for these full coverages, and so I had a specific amount so that I could fit on bigger fabric, but then I decided to do, smaller count fabric, like 20 count or something. But then I decided to do this 18 count because I already had the fabric. So I'm nervous I'm going to run out of floss. So when I started it, just like the other one, I decided to do 2/1. But this is 18 count. So like the dark spots, you really can see. I don't know if you can tell very much on the video, but like the tree, you can really just kind of see it more. So as I went along, I switched to three strands, and I guess I'm hoping I have enough floss for that and I don't have to order more over time. But at least for the dark colors, I'm going to do 3 strands. I don't know if I'll go back over this part. As I go, I'm going to see like if you can really tell the difference. And if you can, I'll go back over just like this corner where I started with 2. But definitely the black is better with 3 strands on this 18 count. And I'll just at least do the black with 3 strands, and maybe the lighter colors I can get away with too. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just going with it. I have ribbon tied up here because I'm like, it's all a mess because this thing is gigantic, but I still wanted it on the scroll frame, but it doesn't fit on the scroll frame, so I just bundled it up and made it work, and it's working for now. So I worked on that one. Oh my goodness, I'm not going as fast as I said I was going to. We're already 22 minutes in. My kids are going to be back making noise. Okay, still have a little pile over here too. This one I haven't pulled out for quite a while, but I decided it sounded like fun, especially since gardening season's coming up, and so I just wanted to do it. I don't know if you can find this one anymore. I think people have looked and they couldn't find it, so it's Made for You Stitch. They were on Etsy, but they're a Russian company, so they're not on Etsy anymore, but it's cute. It's really cute if you can find it. It's called Garden Shelf. And I started in the middle, so I started over here, and then working my way this way, and I've gotten most of this. And I started backstitching. This thing is backstitch heavy. Like, I mean, every shape is pretty much outlined in backstitch, so there's a lot of backstitching. So when I pulled it out, I was like, yeah, I better start backstitching some of this, or I'm going to be not very happy at the end and may never finish. So let's see here. So that is where I am. I just can't tell what's in the camera or not. I need to finish, I need to go back and backstitch this part. This needs some backstitching in it. And then this is all, that last little one on that shelf is almost done. Somehow I messed something up in the middle of the shelving here, so I'm going to have to work on that, which is why I kind of avoided it and went the other direction, but it'll be a decent size when it's done. And that's really cute. And now seeing it again, I want to pull it back out again. It's nice. It's like a good summer one. So there's that. I also have they have a Christmas shelf too. That one I did not work on. I don't know why that's here. This one I worked on just a little bit, like maybe a thread or two. So it's not very much different. So I'll just do a quick one. This is called Coming Home for the Holidays. And I think there's a dimensions kit, which I didn't know at the time. But, so this is just some PDF one that I had found a while ago when I started. So there's where I am. I think I filled in some of the tree, I think. I really like how that's coming along. It's really pretty. So there's that one. I don't know that I'll pull that one out anymore for a while now because I worked on it quite a bit around Christmas time, and well, you know, I have so many patterns I want to do. A lot of my patterns are Christmas, so I will have more Christmas, but I don't know if I'll pull that one out again. Oh yeah, I had a couple new starts. Imagine that. Imagine me with new starts. Can you believe it? It's so rare. Or I have new starts every time I do a video. Anyway, I'll show you those at the end. I worked on, I think I finished. No, I didn't finish. What am I doing? I need to finish this. I need to stop doing new starts and to finish what I'm working on. Too many things. There's so many beautiful patterns. Do you know how many patterns I have liked and want to buy more than, I already have more than I'll probably ever do by the time I'm 100. I turned 40 this year. Maybe that means 40 new starts. No. Okay. Uh-oh. I hear my family. I better hurry. Okay, this is Country Cottage Needlework. This is their beach boardwalk. They have a whole series. I have 3 or 4 of them. This is the first one I'm doing, starting in the middle. I think all I have left is this banner on the top. This is probably going to be see-through fabric. This is a called for fabric. It calls for fancy floss. I've used a couple of the fancy floss colors, and some of them I've just substituted with DMC. So, super cute. I love the pastels. That's why I really like these patterns, I think, because they just have beautiful pastel colors. And then I have the ice cream shop. Let's see, which ones do I have? Oh, I have souvenir shop and the ice cream shop are the other 2. I got those 3 for Christmas. I didn't feel like I needed to do the whole series, just a few for fun of the places we do like to see when we go to the beach. So there's that one. Okay, that's a new start. Oh my gosh, I have 3 new starts, not 2. That's like 1 new start a week since my last video. Oh boy. Okay. This one is the Cross Stitch Studio Shirley. This is a crop of an Abraham Hunter larger painting. The Cross Stitch Studio has humongous ones. Like this is 649 by 649, and this is just a crop. But I just love it, and it's the only underwater like ocean one I have. Oops, there's my dog barking. Okay, so there's the ocean water turtle, Shirley. I just really like it because of all the bright colors. I started over here, and it's super confetti heavy. I think as I get up here, it's just going to be like a couple colors of blue. So I maybe like try to work this way so I can do some blue, some confetti, you know, I don't know. But I'm down in the corner. It's gigantic. This is 20 count, which is, I have found this 20 count easy grid is my favorite thing to use for full coverage because the easy grid makes it easier and I like the 20 count. So which way am I? Oh, there's threads everywhere because it's confetti heavy, and I have found, even though I am mostly a cross-country stitcher, I found when there's these like full coverage confetti things, I actually do like parking those. So I will park sometimes and then go across if there's enough to do that. So don't mind that. But just look at those bright, fun colors. Like I just really love the colors in it. So I'm just obviously hardly anywhere in this whole gigantic thing. This is extra fabric than it will be, but not by much. So yeah, there's that one. I don't know where my needle is for that, so hope I haven't lost my needle somewhere. So anyways, that one I worked on a little bit. Gosh, the amount of floss in this bag. Okay, so let's just do a little demonstration. I make my own. I like get cardstock and then I laminate it and punch holes, and then I do the numbers on top and bottom. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these cards. This is CXC. Oh yeah, look. And this is the extra. When there's more than one floss, like skein called for. Anyway, that's a good way to do it for these full coverages. But I do CXC thread because I just can't afford to buy this much DMC for all these patterns. And I do like to kit up the pattern fully before I start, because otherwise I'll be upset if I can't do it and then can't get the color or whatever. So yeah. So I need these gigantic bags, which if you're in the market for a large bag, this is one of the large bags, like I have in my shop. It holds all of that in that big fabric. So, okay. couple more things. I think, nope, I haven't worked on that one. I'm not going to show you. That was the Silent Night or something. One of them that I got that I've already showed you. Okay, new starts. We're almost done here. Thanks for sticking around. Okay, so I found a pattern. If you've been around a while, you know that I've talked before about the Readly app, which is you pay for the month and then you get like any magazine, pretty much, whatever they have. So one of the magazines that you can get on the Readly app is, what is this? Just Cross Stitch. So this is from the Spring 2024 Just Cross Stitch magazine. This is a pattern by Erin Elizabeth Designs. And it's Hello Spring. So that I really caught my attention when I was flipping through that magazine, and I was like, oh, that's so cute. I want to do that. So I just took random fabric that I had, random floss that was mostly similar colors, and just went to town. So I got started in the middle. I've got this part, and I'm working up here, and I got some of this. She has hers on like a tan background. I thought, well, that would be kind of cute if it was on like a blue and green, kind of like an outside thing. I don't know if I love the fabric, but it was just a scrap I had, and yeah, I just wanted to get started on it because I saw it and I thought it was cute. You can't see that white very well though on this fabric. You can see it enough in person. It's kind of hard to tell from this light. But the colors that she calls for on the like birdhouse, there's a birdhouse and like a paw and a bird. Okay, they look really blue to me, and this is my printer printing it out, but even still it looked more blue on my computer. But the colors when I pulled it, which I think were the colors, those ones are like really greenish. So I kind of am sad. Maybe I'll make the pot more blue, maybe I'll change the colors, but anyway. It's really quick stitch because it's on this 14 count. This is just one of those printed ones from Michaels. So yeah, it's been pretty fast. And just a cute little spring stitch. I don't know if I'll get back to that for a while or not. I kind of got burnt out. I did it for a couple days, just only that, and kind of burnt out. Now, two more things. One I have showed you before, but I just finally started it. So, I just kitted it up. Again, it's like a ton of floss. Because it's a cross stitch studio, and she has great patterns, but they're huge. This one is another crop, another Abraham Hunter. It's called The Hiding Place. And I don't really have a fall pattern, and I just really like the colors, so I started that one. So this one I started in the middle. I'm somewhere in one of these windows. And that is how far I've gotten. I've actually gotten pretty far. I think I only worked 2 days on this one, or maybe 2 and a little bit more one day. So yeah, I really like this one. Again, 20 count. This one is 2/1, 10 stitch. So that's another fun one with different colors than I normally do, because it's more like reddish, orangish, brownish. So I don't have a lot of those, but I'm enjoying that one. Okay, so then the last one I just randomly found, and it's just a PDF that I found on, oh great, there's no picture. Oh yeah, there is. It's a random PDF I found on Etsy. I don't know if you can get it somewhere else or not, but this is where I saw it. It's like Oh Holy Night, and it's the Advent calendar. So I just like, it kind of reminds me of, what do you call them? Can't think of the name now. Precious Moments. It kind of reminds me of that kind of vibe. But it's a big one, and then these are like individual things, and I'm going to just like put Velcro on them so that they can become a full Advent calendar. So that's really cute, and I started in the top middle. There's like a star right there, so I'm working on the star, and then this, I think that's Joseph's think that's Joseph's head. And I'm just using, I think this is it's either 16 or an 18 count, just Ada that I had on hand. There's that. In my mind, I'm like, oh, well, I'll just do a little at a time and I'll finish by Christmas. But I have so many projects and I'll get bored, so I know that won't really happen. But in my mind, it will. So I'm just using this. I've had to sub out a couple flosses because I'm only using just what I have on hand. No more buying a ton of stuff. But that one's really cute, and so I started that one. I will have a new start next time because I showed you the Swan Lake pattern that I had, and I'm in the middle of kitting it up right now. So I'm separating all these flosses. There's so many colors. And I'm excited to start that one. I'm hoping maybe I'll get that flosses organized throughout the day this weekend, and maybe I'll get started. But that was all my patterns. Whew. And I've been busy. I'm hoping my wrist stops hurting so I can stitch faster and easier. I'm having to like try to not hold my hand like a certain way. So yeah, I mean, maybe I need a brace. I don't know. But anyways, I look forward to seeing you guys again and bringing you more to show you and more new starts next time, I'm sure. And I gotta get going. I gotta get that one finished by the end of February. And since I do my videos approximately every 3 weeks-ish, hopefully by my next video I have that one finished. So anyways, thanks for joining me. And be sure to subscribe if you have not already. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Happy stitching. Bye.